Good morning, Taconic, and welcome to another episode of the Thunder Report. We have a lot coming up, so let's get right into it.
Today is Friday, October 4th. We have some great things to show you today.
But first, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our relocation drill has been rescheduled and will now be taking place next week on Wednesday, October 9th at approximately 1 p.m.
11th grade students will be taking the PSAT on Wednesday, October 9th. Forms for 10th grade students who wish to take the test or 11th grade students who want to opt out are located in the school counseling office. Please see Ms. Albert. There is no cost to take this test.
To sign up for a parking pass or to get a new parking pass for the 24-25 school year, please go to the main office. Parking passes are required to park in the student parking lot.
Movember Club will be holding meetings every week on Wednesday and Friday mornings at 7 a.m. in Coach Capeless' classroom A125. See Coach Capeless for more information.
Now to a little information on upcoming sports events. On October 7th, Taconic Girls Volleyball will be at PHS. Junior varsity is having their game at 4:30 p.m. and varsity is having their game at 6 p.m.
Next, we have Max with this week's headlines from the Berkshire Eagle.
Hello everyone, my name is Max and welcome to Headlines with the Berkshire Eagle. Let's check out some of the big stories in the news this week. Wander, a new coffee shop and community darkroom, will be opening soon in the former Berkshire Running Center on 34 Depot Street. A soft opening is expected in the coming weeks for the cafe side of the business, and the darkroom will likely be ready by January. Last Saturday, rowers past and present united to usher in Williams College's new boathouse on Onoda Lake. The completion of this boathouse has been more than a decade in the making. The new boathouse is equipped with bathrooms, heating, and a space to perform boat maintenance. It also features double the storage space of the previous boathouse, plus a team room, showers, and a gathering space. Project Skydrop is an ongoing treasure hunt in the Berkshires. It started on September 19th and will last until October 10th. If you see a golden object while hiking in the Berkshires, grab it. It is part of this treasure hunt. This golden object is estimated to be worth more than $25,000. This is how Project Skydrop works. Video game developer Jason Rohrer and graphic artist Tom Bailey have placed a 99% pure gold object in a forest somewhere within a 500-mile radius in the northeastern U.S. As the game progresses day by day, a map on the game website shows that radius growing smaller. The circle will continue to shrink until it finally narrows down to 1 foot in diameter. Well, that is all I have for you. For more on these and other local stories, check out theberkshireeagle.com. Now, back to the studio. Just as an update, we have received word that the golden object has been found. The estimated value of the object was about $26,000.
Thanks, Max. That was some interesting news from the Berkshire Eagle.
Next up, here is Kira and Miss Luttrell with some information about field trips.
Today we are going to be interviewing Miss Luttrell about the 2026 field trip.
Miss Luttrell, I teach English here at Taconic High School.
So, we heard there's a school field trip that you're talking about lately, and we want to learn more about it. So, what's the field trip about?
We are going to go to Portugal and Spain in 2026. I'm really excited. This is my third trip to Europe with students. We normally, we can take as many people as we want. If you are going to be a sophomore, a junior, or a senior next year, you can go. That means this year's freshman, sophomore, junior classes, right? And so we don't tend to limit it. We normally end up with about 36 to 48 kids who want to come. So it's a pretty big group. We take over a plane, we take over a bus. but there is no actual limit of students who can go. The first parent meeting is October 10th at 6 p.m. It'll be in our cafeteria, and I will be going over the itinerary, which includes flying into Lisbon in Portugal, traveling around Portugal for a couple of days, and then traveling to Barcelona and a bunch of places in Spain where we'll fly out of. It's a 12-day trip this year. It's a little longer than we normally do, and it'll be during, not this year, next year. We'll be doing it during February vacation, so we'll be leaving a little before February vacation starts. But the first meeting, if students are interested, they can bring their parents and they can come, and we're going to talk more about the itinerary and the cost and payment plan and how to get passports and all that stuff. So that will be our meeting on October 10th at 6 p.m.
All right.
All right? Thank you.
Thanks for that. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Kira, for that information.
Next, here is a new segment about clubs at Taconic with Avery.
Hello, Taconic, and welcome to a new segment that we've been cooking up, Clubbing at Taconic. Well, thank you for having us today, and what's your name? What club do you run?
My name is Mr. Galicchio, and I run the Games Club.
For our first question, we'd like to ask, what kind of games do you play at the club?
We play all sorts of games in our Games Club. Primarily, there seems to be a lot of interest in card games, but we have traditional Monopoly, board games, strategy games, all sorts of games you can think of are welcome in Games.
Our next question we would like to ask is, what are some of the most popular games at the club?
Sure. Typically, some of our most popular games have been our card games. There's been a lot of interest in Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently, some interest in Magic the Gathering. But people come and they drop by, they play Uno, Monopoly, typical board games that you think of sort of around a family table. Anything is welcome in Games.
Another question we have is, what time slot is the club open for?
Great question. So every Thursday after school, we meet in room C308 from 2:30 until about 3:30.
For our last question we would like to ask is, what are some of your personal favorite games?
That's a good question. I am a huge nerd. I love all sorts of games. I adore Pokemon as one of my favorite trading card games. But recently, I've played a lot of Catan, Ticket to Ride. Those are kind of two big ones that are getting some more interest in our club, and I'd love to see more people come out and play some of those.
Thank you for answering all of our questions today, Mr. Galicchio. I come to Games personally, and I will probably continue to come on Thursdays.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, now back to the studio.
Thanks, Avery, for that information about the clubs at Taconic. Lastly, the Miss Willis word of the day today is federalism, which means the federal principle or system of government. Get caught using this word in conversation in and out of class or in the halls, and you will get a green ticket and be entered in a drawing for a prize from word of the day.
Well, that is all we have for you today. If you have any news you'd like us to report, please email us at taconictv@pittsfield.net.
As always, make sure to take responsibility, have respect, and strive for excellence.
Have a great day, Taconic.